All right, today we're diving into something you might not think about, the hidden battlefield, right inside your car. You see, a new report is sounding the alarm that the very tech that makes our cars so smart is also turning them into a huge target for cyber attacks. So let's break down how AI is now this incredible weapon, but also the only real shields in this new digital war.
Now, just so you know where all this is coming from, everything we're about to talk about is straight from the 2026 Global Automotive Cybersecurity Report. This is from the experts over at Upstream, so we're getting a real front-row seat to the very latest research.
Okay, so this really boils down to one simple question. And honestly, it's a question for anyone who gets behind the wheel of a modern car. I mean, we trust these machines to keep us safe, right? But with all this new technology packed in, is your car actually the next big frontier for cyber attacks?
Well, to answer that, we've got to wrap our heads around a fundamental shift. The whole idea of what a car is has completely changed. We're talking about a new digital battlefield, and guess what? Our cars are right there on the front lines.
And look, this quote from Yoav Levy, the CEO of Upstream, just hits the nail on the head. He says your car is no longer this standalone, self-contained machine. Instead, it's what's called an edge device in a distributed intelligence system. Okay, what does that mean? Just think of your smartphone. It's a powerful little computer, sure, but its real magic comes from being connected to this huge global network. That's what's happening to our cars.
So, what does that distributed intelligence system actually look like for your car? Well, it means your car is always talking. It's talking to cloud platforms for maps and software updates. It's using APIs, that's application programming interfaces, to hook up to your apps. It's relying on autonomous backend services for all its smart features, and is plugged into this massive digital supply chain. Now here's the kicker. Every single one of those connections, it's a potential doorway for an attacker.
And listen, this isn't some far-off futuristic problem. If we just look back at the data from 2025, this report shows the threat is already here and it is escalating fast.
Get this, in just 1 year, 2025, Upstream's team tracked 494 brand new, publicly documented cyber incidents in the auto world. Let that sink in. That is more than one new type of attack being found every single day.
But honestly, this next number is what really tells the story. A staggering 44% of those incidents were ransomware, where criminals literally hijack a system and demand money to unlock it. This isn't just kids messing around. It's a massive, flashing sign that organized cybercrime now sees the automotive industry as a huge, profitable target.
And if you want to know just how fast this is all happening, the volume of those ransomware attacks more than doubled compared to 2024. So the threat isn't just growing, it's accelerating at an incredible rate.
So, what in the world is fueling this explosion? Well, a huge part of the answer is, you guessed it, artificial intelligence. But as we're about to see, AI isn't just a tool for the bad guys, it is a classic double-edged sword.
You see, the core of the problem is that we've created this entirely new attack surface. I like the house analogy. Your old car was like a house with maybe a couple of doors and windows you had to lock. But now, with these software-defined vehicles, all these AI capabilities, and that giant digital supply chain, it's like we've added hundreds of new windows, vents, and hidden digital tunnels. There are just so many more ways for someone to get in. And this creates what the report calls new systemic risks. These aren't just little one-off problems. Attackers are now going after things like API-driven microservices. Those are the messengers between software components. They're probing the in-vehicle large language models, LLMs, the same kind of tech behind things like ChatGPT. And a single weak spot in a cloud service could trigger these cascading supply chain risks, potentially hitting an entire fleet of cars all at once. And this really gets to the heart of the whole AI conflict. For the attackers, AI is a dream come true. It lowers the bar, helps them reverse engineer code, and basically finds new vulnerabilities for them. But on the flip side, for the defenders, AI is absolutely their most powerful weapon. It's what powers modern product SOCs, it allows for proactive threat hunting, and it can connect the dots between threats across all these different layers. It is a genuine, high-stakes digital arms race. Okay, so if the bad guys are using AI, how on earth does the industry even begin to defend itself? Well, the answer isn't just to build higher walls. It's about building a much smarter, totally integrated digital defense. And the key strategy here is something called a product SOC, or a VSOC. That's a Vehicle Security Operations Center. Basically, think of it as the mission control for a car's security. It uses what's known as an XDR strategy, which stands for Extended Detection and Response. So if old school security was like having one guard at the front door, XDR is like having sensors and cameras on every door, every window, every hallway, and not just in the car, but across that whole connected ecosystem we talked about.
Yeah, the whole goal here is to tear down those old siloed approaches to security. Because a modern attack, it might start with a stolen password on some cloud server, then use that to wiggle into an API, and then push a malicious update straight to the vehicle. A VSOC is designed to see that entire chain of events as one single, connected attack, and to be able to stop it at any point along that chain.
In this kind of defense strategy, it isn't just a good idea anymore, it's fast becoming the law. We've got international regulations like UNI CEWP 29, R155 and R156, plus standards like ISO/SAE 21434. These are setting a brand new global baseline for security. What they do is force car makers to build cybersecurity in from the very first design sketch, all the way through the car's entire life on the road. And they have to have a secure way to manage all those software updates that are now being beamed down over the air.
So let's pull all this together. What does the road ahead really look like for the security of that car sitting in your driveway right now?
You know, if there is one single thing to take away from this entire report, it's this. The future of car security is a non-stop race. It's a constant battle between AI-powered attacks and AI-powered defense.
And that, of course, leaves us with the biggest question of all. As our cars get more connected, more autonomous, as they become truly intelligent, can our defenses, the tech, the rules, the strategies, can they actually keep up?
That is the question the entire auto industry is racing to answer right now. Hey, if you found this breakdown interesting and want to keep diving into complex topics just like this one, it would be a huge help if you take a second to like and subscribe. Honestly, your support is what helps us create more of these explainers that cut right through the noise. Thanks so much for watching.